How are your critical thinking skills? I'm aware that everybody has their own perception of reality, influenced by mostly what's around them. I feel bad for America, for the people who don't have skills of reason. It's too bad nobody took debate. I think everybody ought to take debate. And at some point in high school, take the other side. We were asked to debate topics that we didn't believe in. You know, that's critical thinking. It's empathy as well. Empathy is an action. It's not a side you take. I mean, hopefully you do it in the form of grace. But it's still just putting yourself behind somebody else's eyes or behind somebody else's thoughts. Just to see what it's like. And in debate, you try to poke holes in that. I believe that everything that you hold dear, you ought to be able to analyze it in a critical way, try to remove your own personal bias. You don't have to do this in a public forum. I'm talking about writing it down or, taking some time to really ponder things. Every belief that you hold dear, you need to have a reasonable way to back it up. Because if it's something that's important to you, it affects your whole perspective on life. I can't emphasize this enough. It's something I realized later on in life. The way I viewed myself was actually somebody else's opinion instead of my own opinion of myself. I allowed that to happen somehow along the way. And, early childhood development, it's almost nothing you can do to reverse that. You can understand it later on. You're still going to be molded quite a bit by that. Our education is imperative. And critical thinking is imperative. I'm not asking you to take one side or the other. But why are conservatives afraid of critical thinking? Why is it bad to lay something apart, to take it apart and analyze it? If you still find truth after you've taken the whole thing apart, then you have truth. Whatever it is. Don't let insecurity, because it's rough sometimes, man. Man, it was rough when I found out that Santa Claus didn't exist. And I think, honestly, I can't believe that people don't take that as an example of what you need to do with your religion later on. It's funny to me. It's almost like saying, look, we're going to let you understand some things about the Easter Bunny and all this stuff, and then you get let down about the whole thing. Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, whatever. And then you find out the truth, but you lived through it. You saw life a different way. You still thought the Easter Bunny was cool. You still thought Santa Claus was cool, but you really do know the details now. Why can't Christianity be like that? Why can't we all see it for what it is? It's a guideline. It's a guidebook for a nation in the Middle East to keep and maintain their nationality. That's really what it is. That's what it is. Is that relative to us anymore? It's a beautiful story. But so are a lot of other stories. If you can take it apart and still find truth, that's something to hold on to. And it's tough letting go of the other stuff. I gotta tell you, man, that's out of your comfort zone. But we need to be informed, and we have to inform ourselves. Because there's things, I wonder about which side I'm taking, but I'm willing to go down that road. Because I have friends and, sometimes do I think, just because I'm influenced by media or whatever, do I watch too much MSNBC? I think that once in a while. I try to keep that in mind. Take it apart. Don't be afraid. It's not, check your sources. Critique your life. Critique your decisions. I'm not saying criticize, because honestly, that's what Christianity would do. That's what Christianity does. The other day I was thinking, what is the main theme of the Bible? And I can't say it's love. If you were to make a theme, if you were to take the whole Bible and put it as one book, which it's not, it's separate books, okay? And people don't read them as that, but if you were to take the whole Bible and make it and give me one theme, and that theme is judgment. Judgment. Throughout the whole Bible, that's what we're talking about. Judgment. So if you're looking for love, there are parts in the Bible, but you always know that the overall feeling really is about judgment. How am I doing? How am I doing? Please don't send me to hell. It's a sad way to live. It's a sad way to live. You can escape that, but it's still going to be there. You're still going to be there because you can't change who you are, and that's made you who you are. But it's not so bad to realize Santa Claus still kind of exists. But you know the truth, though. And it's okay.